Hello, class. In this lesson, we're going to explore harvesting techniques of cinnamon as a traditional Chinese medicine material. By the end of this lesson, we will grasp the harvesting time and harvesting method of cinnamon. Guanxi is the main origin of cinnamon, which is one of Gui Shi, the 10 varieties geo-authentic traditional Chinese medicine of Guanxi. This product is the dried bark of the Lauraceae plant, i.e., Cinnamomum cachepressile. 1. Harvesting age. 3 to 5 years after planting, when the cinnamon tree reaches a height of 3-5 m and its diameter at breast height reaches 3 to 5 centimeters, or when the tree is aged above 10 years, the bark of the trees whose phloem has formed oil layer can be harvested. Harvesting age for different grades of cinnamon. Qi Bian Gui, the dried bark of cinnamon trees aged above 10 years, can be harvested. Ban Gui, the dried bark near the ground of the lower part of old trees, above 20 years, can be harvested. Yu Gui, the dried bark of trees aged 10 to 15 years, can be harvested. Gui Tong, it is also known as Guan Gui, and the dried bark of young trees aged 5 to 6 years can be harvested. 2. Harvesting season. It can be harvested twice in a year. The harvesting performed in April to May is referred to as spring peeling. The harvesting performed in September is referred to as autumn peeling. Autumn peeling generally has a better quality. 3. Harvesting method. In order to prevent the transport of nutrients to the roots and increase the accumulation of bark oil, a ring will be peeled at the base of the stem around the beginning of summer. At the time of harvesting, make a crosscut at the base of the stem 20 to 30 centimeters above the ground, and then make a cross cut at 40 to 50 centimeters above the ground. Make a longitudinal cut between the two incisions, and then insert a bamboo piece into the cut seam and peel it down to separate the bark and wood parts, and then peel off the whole bark in a circular way. After the trunk bark is peeled, the tree is cut and the side branches are peeled and dried to become cassia bark. Stripe type peeling. This refers to making lines according to the size slightly greater than length and width of the product's specification, and then peel off the cassia bark step by step upward. At last, cut the whole tree for harvesting, with the incision about 50 centimeters from the ground, and reserve the cassia bark at 15 to 20 centimeters near the ground. The incision shall be flat and smooth, with the base free of tear, and the bud primordium shall be preserved, for the benefit of sprout regeneration. Harvesting of cassia twigs. After planting of cinnamon, 4 twigs from trimming or pruning every year, and fine twigs that can't been peeled off after cutting the cinnamon tree, and redundant sprout tillers after stump cutting, they can be cut into oblique slices or round slices and then dried in the sun to get cassia twigs. 4. Morphology of medicinal material. In accordance with Volume 1 of Chinese Pharmacopoeia of 2020 edition, the medicinal material cinnamon is the dried bark of the Lauraceae plant, i.e., Cinnamomum cachepressile. It is mostly peeled off in autumn. Original morphology of medicinal material. The bark is gray-brown in color and fragrant in smell, and the young shoots are in slightly quadrangular shape. 1. Gui Tong. It is in semi-groove or cylinder shape, at the length of about 40 centimeters, width of about 1.5 to 3 centimeters, and bark thickness of 1 to 3 millimeters. 2. Qi Bian Gui. It is in long lamellar shape, with both left and right sides curling inward, and the center concaving downward, at the length of 40 to 50 centimeters, width of 4.5 to 6 centimeters, and thickness of 3 to 6 millimeters. 3. Ban Gui. It is in lamellar shape, and is generally at the length of 30 to 40 centimeters, at the width of 5 to 12 centimeters, and at the thickness of about 4 millimeters. The sections on both ends are relatively coarse. Medicinal part of cinnamon is bark medicinal material, and it is mostly grown in South China, and is most abundant in oil content if harvesting before the cold dew. Therefore, the medicinal material cinnamon is usually harvested in autumn. Cinnamon likes warm climate, and is suitable to grow in subtropical areas without frost. The most suitable growth temperature is 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. The product shall be performed initial processing timely after harvesting, and shall avoid decreased quality from scorching sun. That's all for the content of cinnamon harvesting techniques. Have you grasped it? Next, let's consolidate what we have learned in this lesson by doing some exercises.